Louise Upston.
I move that the question be now put.
David Shearer.
Mr. Chair, I just want to take a brief call on Clause 4 because I think it does cut to the heart of what this bill's all about. 4A, I beg your pardon, Mr. Chair. It does really cut to the heart of the issue of what we're in fact here for, and in the fact that it may well, I think, in many ways, if we look at Grant Robinson's supplementary order paper in particular, and if we amended that and agreed to that, it would actually meet pretty much the concerns of the member that's pushing this bill through, because in effect, and I just want to go back to Clause 4 just quickly. It says to omit, and I quote, uphold students' rights to freedom of association by removing requirement for students to join associations, and substituting that, but allow periodic referenda to test this issue. Now, Mr. Chair, that seems to me to be a perfect recipe that would bridge the gap between what Heather Roy would like to see in terms of this bill, and in fact what we are able to live with ourselves. It would mean that instead of this bill, Mr. Chair, being this bill going into law and being repealed more or less in about 2 or 3 months after it's enacted, to actually having a little bit of being able to stand the test of time and continue on, and I think a lot of people would agree to that. Now, I want to come back to 4A, which is Section 171(2), and pick up the point that Chris Hipkins was just talking about, which is that it's actually, while this has been going through, we have actually some substantial changes in the council makeup that has been pushed through by the Education Amendment Act, was late last year, and this means that the student association are not going to be represented as fully as that we would like them to be on a council, and I think this is a great loss, because I think before we had an opportunity to have real student association representation that could be properly representative of students themselves. Now I think that is going to be severely degraded. We're not going to have that same ability to have students voice and advocate for the issues that they really want to on a student council. We're going to be, the student council is going to have to choose between some of the other representatives that they have. I think there's 4 plus 4, and the student associations, I believe, are going to be the ones that miss out. But more importantly, Mr. Chair, the quality of that participation in those councils was about the representation. And if you don't have an association that is large enough to be able to support a student association that can give that sort of service, not only in all the other things that we've talked about before, the health, the student support, the guidance, etc., the sporting facilities, but in the advocacy of student issues, then I think there's going to be a real problem. I was in my electorate on Monday this week speaking to the student president there. They worry that the type of services that they're going to be able to offer in Unitec and the Polytech there, the largest Polytech in New Zealand, Mr. Chair, that those people that there are going to have a real issue, particularly in the clauses 4 and 4A, and being able to be represented in a truly representative way, even though they have a council which is, I believe, extremely open-minded, and the CEO of Unitec who is exceptional. They are not going to have that sort of representation by right. They're going to have it by bequest of behest, not bequest, but by behest of the CEO of Unitec. So I think, Mr. Chair, in conclusion, just speaking to 4A, Section 171(2), I think Grant Robinson's SOP, both Clause 4 and Clause as 4A are excellent suggestions made in the spirit of trying to get something that will be enduring for all students.
Alan Peach.
Mr Chairman, I move that the question be now put.
Now the question is, the question be now put. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party vote. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National, 58 votes in favour. New Zealand Labour,
42 votes opposed.
Green Party,
9 votes opposed.
Act New Zealand,
5 votes in favour.
Māori Party,
E whā mātou kāri te tautoko.
Progressive,
1 opposed.
United Future,
1 vote in favour.
Honourable Chris Carter,
1 opposed.
Hone Harawira,
1 opposed.
Ayes are 64, noes are 58. The questions will now be put. And the first question is an amendment in the name of Grant Robertson set out on SOP 191. The question is the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. No. Noes have it. Party vote. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National,
58 votes opposed.
New Zealand Labour,
42 in favour.
Green Party,
9 votes in favour.
Act New Zealand,
5 votes opposed.
Māori Party,
E whā e tautoko ana.
Progressive,
1 in favour.
United Future,
1 vote opposed.
Honourable Chris Carter,
1 vote in favour.
Hone Harawira,
1 vote in favour.
The ayes are 58 and the noes are 64. The amendment is not agreed to. The question now is that Clause 4A stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. No. Ayes have it. Party vote. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National,
58 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour,
42 votes opposed.
Green Party,
9 votes opposed.
Act New Zealand,
5 votes in favour.
Māori Party,
E whā kāri te tautoko.
Progressive,
1 opposed.
United Future,
1 vote in favour.
Honourable Chris Carter,
1 opposed.
Hone Harawira,
1 opposed.
The ayes are 64, the noes are 58. Clause 4A will stand part. The question now is that Clause 6 stand part. A point of order, Grant Robertson.
Just a point of clarification, Mr Chair. You just called for Clause 6. Can I clarify whether new Clause 6A will be debated as a separate clause in this bill?
Let me have a look.
Just want to make sure that it has been done as a separate.
Yes, the
will be a
answer is
separate
correct.
clause. Thank you.
Is the member seeking the call?
Chair.